So Colin, that's a good weekend in the books for the team. 4 points on the road, your first away points, your first away win. Just what were your emotions like? What do you feel about those two games?
Well, certainly, when you come off a season like we did last year, and we didn't have a lot of success away. Didn't even have maybe 2 out of the 7 were actually decent performances, and obviously all the scores went wrong for us. So yeah, that first point on Friday night and the way it unfolded, I think the Sounders thought we were done and dusted when that second goal went in. A bit of controversy there as to whether or not that was over the line, but it galvanized the troop. They got really angry, obviously. Put the bit between their teeth and kept going. I know after watching the stream, the commentator for the Seattle group kept saying TSS is going to score here, and they did. And so yeah, that was a huge springboard into Sunday. And of course, Highlanders never easy. Hot day. Maybe a field that needed a little bit more of a cut to it. Game was a bit pedestrian-like, a lot of stuff in the shallow areas of the park, a lot of direct play, lots of headers. Not from a coaching perspective, not the most optically pleasing day. I'm sure Thomas Niendorf would feel the same way. But in previous games, with performances like that, we would have lost. And so to come out on top and take the 3 points, our first road win, as you've said, and I don't think anybody would have thought coming into June 1 versus the Calgary Foothills at Swangard that it would be for number 1, well maybe number 1, but certainly not number 2 with us. And so this has turned into a first place game, which has injected an extra little bit of adrenaline into training this week. So yeah.
Calgary, they appear the class act of the division this year. They've brought in some well-known players, but they're not winning games by huge margins. A lot of the games have been tight. What are you expecting on Friday?
Well, I think if we weren't sitting where we were, it's possible that Tommy Wielden and his crew might have been, injecting, player 21, 22, 23 into the lineup. This has become clearly a different setup, and so we're expecting the starting 11 that hits the pitch on Friday night maybe their best group. Those guys can play any way you want, really. They can get the ball down and play through all thirds. They can hit diagonal balls in behind you. Lots of crosses, lots of entries into your penalty area. As we know, they've won a few penalties in the last season and the first 4 games of this year, and so you got to be careful. But yeah, it's going to be a war, and if you don't come to compete, no matter how organized you are or how technical you are, you're going to lose. So we're hopefully these guys are pretty motivated and ready, and hopefully as the whistle goes at 7 o'clock on Friday night, everybody's come to fight. So
that's great. Good luck on Friday, Colin, and we'll talk to you after the match.
Thanks, Mike.